Okay, guys, we're here with the cast of STL, the movie. Go ahead and introduce yourselves for me right quick.
I'm Ace, the director.
My name is J-Wha. I'm the writer and also the star.
I'm Jessica Ivory. I play Sweet Pea.
My name's Bodine. I play Antoine and Ali.
It's your boy 100 Proof. You just gotta check out the movie to see it.
Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you. Go ahead and just give me your name first, the director.
Ace.
Ace, okay. Writer.
J-Wha.
Okay, what I want you guys to do is I want you to go ahead and first of all just tell us, you know, how you came up with the concept of this movie and why you did it first of all.
Well, you know, I'm the writer of the movie, so you know, I always wanted to do something big and just show St. Louis, and I don't want to say a different light because it's not different. It's just showing what's going on in the inner city. That way, these folks out in the suburbs and these folks out of town can kind of see what's going on in the inner city, the most dangerous city. You know, I'm sure everybody watches the news worldwide, so they know what's going on, but they don't know what's going on. So that's why I written the movie. And you know, when I came to Ace with the idea, you know, he was just excited and just as stoked as I was about, you know, being involved and just doing it together as a whole. And I mean, after that, the rest is history.
Okay, Ace, is this your first movie you directed, or
No.
give us a little detail on your journey on that?
This will actually be my fifth film that I've directed. I've directed 4 other ones. One is actually I directed 2 years ago that we're actually going to bring out right after this one called Broke as a Joke. So no, this isn't my first film.
Okay. Now, what kind of time frame are we talking about from start to here of your directing?
About 2009.
Okay.
2009 was my first film called A Game of Love.
Okay, cool.
I did for the Sanaya Lathan Short Film Festival with BET. Didn't get picked, but I did submit it and everything, so that was a big accomplishment for me.
Okay. Now, how long have you guys been working on this project?
This project right here, I mean, it took me about 4 months to write. It took about a good 5 to 6 months to all shoot it all, you know, and get it all done. So basically a year of time.
Okay. Now, without giving too much away about the movie itself, go ahead and explain to us what the concept is. I know you were saying that it was based around St. Louis, and you wanted to kind of give a bird's eye view of what St. Louis is about. But go ahead and just kind of give a little bit of what the movie is about so people know what to expect.
Getting into that, I mean, it's again going back to like the inner city, but it's really getting more and deeper in depth with, you know, how these young inner city teenagers feel, like emotionally. You know, what are some of their thoughts? You know, how they look at things. You know what I'm saying? Seeing that they look at things totally different than somebody's growing up in St. Peter's or St. Charles. So I really wanted people to understand the emotion that somebody, you know, go through and understand why they end up, you know, in jail. Understand why they end up, you know, shot, killed, murdered. You know what I'm saying, per se. You know, that way when you see these inner city youths, you know, you can kind of maybe put them off to the side and maybe, you know, teach them the right way. Maybe just show them a little bit something different. So yeah, that's the gist of that. You know, I want you to look inside each and every character and pick what you want to pick out of the character.
Okay, good. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go down the road, and I want you guys to just talk a little bit about, real quickly, what you got out of this experience on making this movie. I'm gonna start with you, the director.
The experience was from day one, just working with a whole new cast of people. It was hectic. I ain't gonna sit there and lie and say it wasn't, but it was hectic. But at the end of the day, we got the project done. Was able to capture, you know, streets, you know, basically of St. Louis. Some, you know, and that's one thing we want people to understand too. This is a movie. You know, we had some backlash. Oh, you making St. Louis look bad. Some of the things St. Louis do make their own stuff look bad. So, I mean, we're just basically picking parts of different things that St. Louis do and combining them into a movie. Not everything is true, not everything is true, and then some things are true. But that's the whole thing about making a movie. You know, you take real stuff, combine it unrealistic stuff, and you know, make it to the liking of your viewer. So I mean, that's really what this movie about. You know, and it was a good process. It's a good thing that we did.
Back to the question.
Okay, what was it like for you as experience working on this movie? What did you get out of it?
Yeah, being that this my like first movie, you know, ain't the first movie I read, but it's my first movie actually developing, you know, and finishing per se. So I mean, the experience, I mean, was just it's phenomenal. You know, I can't say that every aspect of it is phenomenal because it's extremely hard. The hardest thing you can ever do in life is complete a movie, getting everybody, you know, their own time. You know, making sure everybody's happy, you know, attending to people's needs and wants, you know, at the same time, you know, working with the director, working with the cinematography. Tracy Leslie came all the way from Chicago to be a part of the project. So just working with different personalities and everybody have the same goal, but we just got to figure out how to get there to where the audience appreciate it the same way you appreciate it. So at the end of the day, yeah, it was a blessing to work with a group of people that was talented as the cast we had.
What about you, Jess?
Well, playing off of what Ace said about St. Louis, I think that it is very important that this problem, this violence problem in St. Louis is addressed. How many problems are solved by ignoring them? So I felt very honored and privileged to be involved in this project because I do believe in that mission. And this was actually my first full feature-length movie that I've acted in. I've done short films, I've modeled, and I've hosted, but this was a whole new entity. So it was definitely challenging. You know, being on the set till 6 o'clock in the morning and chain smoking cigarettes and, you know, just, it was challenging. My character's role is definitely the complete opposite of how I am in real life. So
Don't mind me.
But no, I mean, it was professional. It was an amazing experience. Definitely would do it all over again in a heartbeat, for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna start with you. Go ahead and tell me what your experience was like with the movie.
It was actually a pretty good experience, man. I always wanted to try being an actor. So J-Wha, he reached out, asked me to reach out to, you know what I'm saying, audition for a role. I did it. He liked what I did, and I enjoyed the experience. It was hard work, but it made me have more appreciation to the actors that do this on a daily basis for a living. And just the love that we've been getting from the people that's anticipating the movie is tremendous. So I can't wait for everybody to see it. October 26th. Check it out.
Can I interject one thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, your boy Bodine, you know, you know, not only was, you know, his first movie being involved in, but, you know, playing 2 roles in one movie. So I think that's the first time something like that's been captured, you know, here in St. Louis. You know, I mean, you know, maybe it's a lot of people out here with movie ideas and stuff like that, but to have somebody come in and play 2 different roles is phenomenal. So, you know, hats off to Bodine for that. So he executed that well.
Cool. Okay, what about you, bro? What was your experience like?
My experience was one of like, you know, I was more amazed with being on set. My first time actually seeing the process and how the energy that goes into making a film and seeing, you know, all the behind the scenes thing and seeing that it's not just an easy process. And I was just also, you know, grateful that I could be a part of the film because I'm actually incorporated in the film. You know, I wasn't throughout the whole process, but, you know, I was appreciated that, you know, that I was incorporated in the film and I got a chance to be a part of something that will ultimately make history for the city of St. Louis. And regardless of how people look at it and saying that, are we doing something negative and this and the other, but you gotta look at the creative process of the raw talent of the people that's in the film. And I mean, I've seen some of the clips, man, and it's just like, oh my God, man, I mean, Jessica, I mean, just the raw talent of, Bodine. You got YC, man, and I mean, once people see it, they're gonna see it in a whole different light, and they're gonna actually understand that there's actually talent here in the city of St. Louis. You know, we're gonna be looked at something different, and I'm just grateful to be a part of that, you know, that movement. So that's my take and my experience on it.
Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of shift gears here. Now what I want to talk to you guys now is about the business aspect of funding, you know, putting together an independent film. First of all, it is an independent film, correct? Or is it?
That's right.
Okay, so go ahead and just talk about, first of all, what that process was like for you guys, you know, in today's type of marketplace.
Yeah. What I did was I dig real deep in my pockets to accomplish this goal. And in the beginning, it was pretty much like, as far as funding, it was pretty much all me in the beginning. But you know, as we got towards like the middle and the end, Naya Films, you know, we instead of making it just one person project or two people project, we made it everybody's project. So it's Naya Films in conjunction with the J-Wha film. So this is a teamwork development. It's no one man made nothing happen. So yeah, we made it happen by digging deep in the pockets. We made it happen by thinking creative. You know, we made it happen by improvising. We made it happen by just thinking outside the box. And by working with Naya Films, the guy that done, you know, a few movies, he already went through trial and error already. So that was one of my main reasons for, you know, coming to him with a script and saying, hey, let's do this. I got the money, let's go in and roll. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, half of the battle was already done by him. Everything else we did together. So, salute.
Okay, I got a good question, and either one of you guys can address this. You know, we've seen how technology has really disrupted, you know, a lot of different niches and industries out here. Music, you know what I'm saying, the way we consume, even film. Did that help you guys, or did that, you know, hinder you? You know, as far as the way the internet, social media, stuff like that, you know, do you guys think that was a tool that you were able to leverage, you know, in doing what you were doing?
Well, for us, nowadays the social sites and everything is in where I'm coming from. It helps because as soon as we were launched up, for a prime example, as soon as we launched up the page for STL The Movie, hits came like crazy. Like, I mean, from the time we start putting up press releases and things like that, it was just coming out of, you know, people just like, you know, taking to it. It was more realistic now. But at first they seen the trailer, you know, that was realistic too. Because once we launched the trailer, the views just started taking out. We started getting calls. Oh man, y'all doing a movie? Oh, I want to be in it. Oh, it's done now. But I mean, oh, y'all doing an STL movie, man? Oh, this is gonna be tight. I can't wait till it come out.
Part 2.
Yeah, you know, so a lot of people waiting on part 2. So for us, that technology now is at its most best, just depending on how you use it. You know, but for us that, like on the downside for us, like we already expecting bootleggers. We're expecting that already. But for us being independent, that's helpful actually. Because that puts us in New York, that puts us in Miami, that puts us in down south when we're not there. So now people see the movie from, yeah, we didn't get nothing off of it, but now our work is spread across, you know, the 50 states.
Very smart, very smart. What about from a distribution standpoint? How are you guys planning on distributing the movie? Are you going to theater, straight to DVD, via the web, you know, on demand? How are you planning on doing this with the movie?
Well, we're doing that several different ways. We got like a 7-point plan for that, which is still in course. But track 1 really is internet. You know, track 2 is the DVDs. You know, when you go into 3, 4, 5 or whatever, we just trying to really think outside the box when it comes to this or whatever. But we taking this as far as it takes us at the end of the day. So in regards to distribution, so.
Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna start with the director, work my way back around. And what I want you to do is I want you to think of one aha moment that you had, or one takeaway that you had from doing this film.
One takeaway.
Yeah.
What was my best moment?
Yeah. Something that you looked at, you said, wow.
Would actually be just recent. We added a scene where where Jessica is corresponding with one of the villains in the scene, being Kenny Knox, and we shot that at 2 different times. She shot hers months ago, and he just shot his like last week. But when I did it and I edited it, it was so perfect on how it was put together and how both of them responded. You would have thought they shot it the same day.
Right.
You know, so that was really. When I sit there and look at that, I'm like, okay, this movie gonna be good.
Okay, what about you? Do you have a takeaway or something that it was an aha moment where you said, okay, man, this could work? Wow, something that stood out to you.
My moment really is like I was online just probably not even a week ago, and I was online and I was just strolling down the news feed, and I seen YC. He was somewhere, I don't know where he was at, and he said a young guy came up to him and said, man, I seen you in a movie, man, the guy, I seen a trailer, man, I can't wait to see it. Just saying, the cast happy and excited to, to be a part of, be a part of your vision. I think that's what gets me excited the most, just seeing other people happy, really, truly.
What about you, Jessica?
For me, it was just overall the entire experience, like I said, it was just amazing. But I think the biggest part would be once I actually saw the trailer, that was the first any type of footage that I had seen. And I saw how well it was put together and how professional it was. And as soon as I started putting that out on my social media, I was getting people in South Carolina like, oh my God, I want to see this. People in Chicago, people in other countries, Puerto Rico, like you name it, people are paying attention. And so that right there alone is enough for me. The fact that other people in other countries are really genuinely interested in St. Louis and in this vision and the whole movie itself, I think that was definitely a aha moment for me.
I would have to say the same thing, what these two were saying. Just once that trailer dropped and people saw that, like, oh, this is official. A lot of people been hitting me up like, oh man, when's the movie dropping? And things like that. There's been times where I've gone to the store, people I don't even know, they'll look like, oh, he was in the STL movie trailer, right? It's like, yeah, when's it dropping? I'm a teacher too, so my students, they see the trailer, so they come up like, when it's dropping? They ask every day, so. That trailer was definitely a big standout point for me.
And basically the same for me as well. The trailer, once it dropped, man, and now it got thousands of views. And it's just how people are taking to what we got going on here. And and like I said, I just gotta stress, I can't stress enough the talent, because I don't believe, professional actors and none of that, but the talent that's in this movie, man, it's like, you would think that, it was on a professional level, and I'm not just, it's just amazing. Like I said, I'm just glad to be a part of it.
Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get ready to wrap things up. Okay, what I want you guys to do is, first of all, I want you to go ahead and repeat again the two entities that is involved in the movie, and then tell me what's coming down the road, man. What's in the future for you guys, since you done pretty much completed this project?
Well, me being Naya Films and this is J-Wha Films, since this project is wrapped up, we probably will be writing a 2, more than likely. we will be writing it too. But we do have other projects that we are lining up to take forth and do to really go into some film festivals and things like that to basically put some awards behind the movies that we do. So there are some like scripts already written, basically.
I agree. I concur. I think just based on the chemistry that we have as a team, you know what I'm saying? It's so many things that we can do because, you know, what I'm weak at, you know, now your film is strong at. What now your film is weak at, J-Wha film is strong at. And what both of us are weak at, you know, we have enough funds to bring in somebody else that's strong at. So, you know what I mean? We, you know, like, again, we think outside the box, you know, we think creative. And when we reach out for talent, we look for talented people, creative minds, and we look for folks that's willing to go out there and grind and promote themselves and want to promote the motion picture. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's all peace and love, man. You know.
Now, what I want to do is I want to ask you a question right quick. You know, I want to ask, you know, what do you feel about the level of support here when it comes to doing independent projects, you know, here in the St. Louis area?
I think St. Louis, you know, I think they, historically, we have got better, you know, supporting one another, but I see there's so much room for opportunity. I think everybody needs to partake and support somebody. And I ain't saying just STL The Movie, which if you don't, you should kill yourself. But I'm saying that everybody in St. Louis should support somebody. You know, whether it's an artist like YC, whether it's an artist like Bodine, you know, whether it's somebody that draw paintings or whatever, somebody that's shooting a film, you know, on Cherokee, somebody that's singing and dancing on Delmar. So we have got to support each other, man. We have got to combine to one. We have got to, you know, get out and again and think outside the box, man, and be creative, man. We have got to show our talent and support one another. So I mean, that's kind of where I'm at with that.
Okay, good. Well, we appreciate having you guys here for this interview. Now, what I want to do is I want you guys to go ahead and just share with the viewers how they can get in contact with you, whether it's Facebook pages, websites, things like that.
Well, you can go and check me out on facebook.com/JWHA.page. You know, J-Wha.com, worldwide.com, 314-732-JWHA. You can hit me on my hip. Call me personally, 314-732-5942, and that spells out JWHA. So holler at me on STL Star Power at Gmail.
Okay, well, guys, thanks for the interview, and this is a wrap.